If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Hello everyone! Hello! And welcome to James Corp channel. Well, yeah, obviously. Welcome to Corp, the Helm of Fate, the 7th Sea game that we've been playing for a while. Not sure how long. A few months. But we're on the 4th episode, so it's the longest, hiatus ever. But we're back. We've been doing it now for 2 weeks straight, which is good. How is everyone doing this fine summer/winter day? Depending on what fucking
hemisphere
you're in.
That's the word.
Pretty good. What about you, James?
Yeah, I'm hot. I think I'm the only one on the... I don't know, actually. I think I am. I might be the only one on the eastern hemisphere.
I think I count as eastern.
Where's the meridian line?
The meridian line is through Greenwich Observatory.
No, but which side are you on? Are you on the left or the right hand side?
I'm on the right hand side.
What side am I on?
The left hand side, sorry. Do you mean on a globe or a map?
Yeah.
I'm on the right side, going towards China.
Alright, you're on the same side that I am. Alright, so I'm not the only... So we've got 2 people from the eastern hemisphere, 1 from the southern, and 2 from the western hemisphere. How international is this? This is like every place in the world. We've got all 4 corners of the world. So, bless you. We've got all 4 corners. We've got all 4 corners of the world sorted.
Sorry about that.
So this is going to be part 1 of episode 4. So my plan is to, rather than doing one massive video, I'm going to break it down into hours, separate hours. Is this all for YouTube? All right. Obviously, you people everyone that's watching on, not you people watching on Twitch, you lot that's watching on Twitch, you'll see, you'll just see the one video. And what I might do is for Patreon, I have a Patreon. We might do, I might do a long form version for Patreon only, and perhaps cut out all this garbage this verbal diarrhea that comes out of my mouth as we start.
This is quality content.
It is.
It's not Twitch professional quality content. I don't know what.
Name yourself, please.
Thank you for the subscription, Penny for a Towel. Everyone should go check out Penny for a Towel as well. He does loads of RPG stuff as well. He was on our when we did what's it called? Oh no, that didn't work. Oh, James, remember my bloody thingies. Relics. Yes, that was the game. We did the Kick Driver game, Relics, and Mitchell ran it for us, which was good. All right. I've got a space here on 7th Sea. I've got a space. But anyway, we're not the one direct. We've got a space just above Cameron over there.
That way.
So yeah, so in the comments on YouTube, if you like the idea of having an hour individual video, let me know, because I want to get, because sometimes 4 hours or 3.5 hours might be too long for people to watch. And I know some people like long form videos because you can just hit play and just leave it, because that's how I like doing things. I'll hit play and just leave it in the background and do stuff. So personally, that's how I prefer to digest my content. I don't listen to my own content, alright? I definitely don't listen to my... I definitely don't listen to my own content.
I go back through my double check and see.
No,
I hate it, but I do it.
Cringe-worthiness. Cringe... yeah, I cringe at my own shit. Do I? No, I don't. I used to absolutely hate my own voice. When I worked in a call centre and they dragged you off to go speak to them about, when they did their quality control bollocks, and you had to listen to your own voice. I absolutely hated my voice. I sounded like a right common Essex lad. Alright, in it, bruv, in it, and that's how you sound. But but that's not how I sound in my head. Isn't it weird that you don't sound like how you hear yourself? Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I mean, if I had sounded like how I sound in my head, I'd have all the ladies. No, anyway,
Yeah, debatable.
fuck off. Well, what am I doing? I've lost my train of thought. So yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to go around the table, get people to introduce themselves, and give a brief rundown of their character. I might even at some point set this up so that it's all like done video-y. You know, it's all done as a pre-recorded video type thing, so that people don't have to keep repeating themselves over and over again. So yeah, I think so what we do, we'll go around the table, get people to introduce themselves, and also give a quick overview of what your current story is. That might be a good idea, just to remind people, and then people can see it's changing. So we'll start with Cameron, because he's the test puppet of everything. So yeah, crash test dummy Cameron, please introduce yourself and your character and your current story, or what you're trying to do in your current story.
Hello, I'm Cameron Harrison. I go by the pronouns of he and him. I think that's correct. Yes. I play the character Marie-Antoinette Normandie, who is a former member of the Montaigne Royal Navy. And her current story is that she is attempting to become friends with the influential Countess Julie de Bourgny, which is a name that James cannot pronounce.
Well, I can't pronounce your character's name neither, so, you know. Or the ship name.
Try.
Yeah, he tries, and...
I couldn't pronounce Seamus last week. Let's be honest.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I'm glad that wasn't a drinking game, because we'd have had to end the stream early and all go get our stomachs pumped for alcohol poisoning.
Would you like some sambuca with that?
Ugh, licorice, gross. You can keep that.
So yes, hopefully we've managed to rescue her, the Countess, and now we are on a quest to help her find out what happened to her husband, what fate befell him. And that is the story of Marie-Antoinette Normandie.
Thank you. Bree?
Hi, my name is Bree Barnes. My pronouns are they, them. And I play Marquis Alain Forbin du Prevoye. Alain is a young, green, barely an adult, third son of a villainous noble. His Duke father is a pretty bad guy, but his older brother is a hero, and he's like the most heroic hero. Le Chevalier.
Oh, kill him! Oh, sorry, that was a bit of a cough. Sorry.
And Alain wants nothing more in the world than to leave behind the trappings of academia, where he's been stuck for his whole life because he's the third son, and to become a hero like his oldest brother. So, he left home after being titled and given a small little port out of the way so that he can't bother his father. He left home to go find his adventure. And in our last episode, he came upon a ship's crew who needed someone to dive headfirst into the ocean with no safety. That seems like something a hero would do. So that's where Alain finds himself.
Yay.
My turn.
I love
next.
it.
I think I'm the last one.
I love it. I love the fact that your character's like really naive and I can like bedazzle him.
I also love that.
I like the fact.
So do I.
I like the fact that he's really gullible as well.
Yep.
Anyway, and last but not least, Kiss It Better or Chelle.
Hello, I am Chelle, aka Kiss It Better. My pronouns are she and her. I play Siobhán O'Brady. Sorry, it took me a minute. I'm still waking up. I think I'm the most morning person on the team. So like I have to get up an ungodly hour to be here. And by ungodly, I mean like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Siobhán is a grifter. She would really love to be respectable, but that's not been her lot in life so far. She was born a fate witch in Vodachi, which, if you're at all familiar with 7th Sea, you'll know means basically her life would have been completely controlled. Her wedding would have been a complete political maneuver on behalf of like the family, the country, because fate witches are basically currency in Vodachi is my understanding of it. Bree can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it is.
Sort of like they're the most feared people in all of Théah for male Vodachi. So where the rest of Théah has gender equality and really like there are non-binary characters right in the core book and women are treated like heroes, in Vodachi, women are so powerful that all the men are terrified of them.
So, you know, like real life.
Yeah, I'm terrified of women.
Guilty as charged.
So she has managed to escape Vodachi, and she lives in, oh god, I can't remember, the fake Ireland. She lives in fake Ireland. Innismore, thank you. And as far as anyone on the crew knows, that's where she was born. Her long-term goal is to join the Adventurous Society, Explorers Society. She's started to make contacts, but she's working on her lock picking at the moment so that she can basically be an excellent thief, so she can steal relics to basically get their attention, and prove that she belongs there. So that's her story.
I'm spelling shit wrong.
Are you having trouble over there, James?
I am dyslexic, so you have to forgive me.
That's okay. I also am dyslexic, but with numbers more than... Somebody said red panda in chat. I got some red pandas.
I don't have any. I just got roleplay shit. Who?
Hi, Brill.
Oh, hi, Spooky. There we go. Hi, Mitch. Should we call out everyone? We can. I don't know if someone followed me or subbed to me. Oh, I've lost track.
You did get a follow. Zion, I think is how you pronounce that.
Was
I
it
believe
Zion?
you dropped a follow.
Thank you for the follow. Most appreciated. So let's just, before we recap, let's do a bit of housekeeping because I completely forgot to do it. Does anyone feel like they completed any steps in their stories from last week?
I don't think I have, but I think I'm on the verge of doing it. So my first story step is step up to solve a problem. My story is, come on, kid, believe in yourself.
All right.
So, I feel like I've been. I feel like I've been. So my. Fuck words.
I don't know what they are. I don't know what words are neither.
Fuck if I know.
Well, it's concerning for me because I tried to write.
Same
So, my story has always been to try and rebuild the friendship between myself and Julie, and I feel like I'm constantly on the verge of finishing the second part of that.
Right. Well,
the first part.
So I'm gonna, because you've had a week. Because if you remember, we jump cut from like we had a week where nothing really happened, and I'm gonna say, just to advance it, I'm gonna say you completed step 2.
Thank you very much.
Because she wouldn't have fucking asked you to fucking like help her see what's going on with her husband. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that.
I'm not really an alcohol person. I don't really drink. I work in a club and I have to deal with drunk people every day, well, 2 nights of the week. And yeah, they annoy me. I have very little patience for people who are drunk and being idiots. And I get to see the worst people. You're muted, by the way.
Sorry, my keyboard is very clacky. I've never been drunk.
You've never been drunk. All right.
I drink a lot, but I tried to get drunk once.
It didn't work. I've seen people so drunk. In fact, I think, was it last weekend? So basically, where I work, because smoking's illegal inside public places, they have to go outside to have a cigarette, right? Sorry, this is completely off topic. I might cut this out. I probably won't, because I'm very lazy when it comes to editing. But they have to get a wristband to go outside to smoke, because we need to know that they've been in, all right? And there was this one guy who stood there for a minute, constantly showing me his wristband so that he could go outside. So I went, and he was clearly very drunk, so I put my hand behind his back and moved him to the door and went, "You're now free." All right, perhaps. Okay, all right, it was okay. I didn't know if it was. Anyway, where were we? So yeah, so you completed step 2. How many steps is friending court? Is it, what point advantage is it?
It's a 2-step.
So you've done it?
It's a 2-step. Yeah.
All right.
Yay.
I will make you a new one.
Thank you.
Let me just duplicate this one, and then we'll edit, and then you can edit it.
Sure.
Because I want to keep record. So I'm going to keep records of. I'm gonna move this into your completed story section. There we go. That's in there, and now you can edit. You can edit Marie's story and just like redo a new one. So you'll have to think while we're doing a recap. You're gonna have to think, or during this week, you're gonna need to think of a new story to do.
Yeah, we can rethink during the recap. I'm just looking for the advantages page in the thing,
Okay.
in the book.
I love it how we're all fanning words and calling things and stuff. Also, I completely forgot to add pronouns to the bloody overlays, so I'll do that for next week. Just someone, if I think, could just someone remind me, like maybe on Sunday or during the day or Monday next week. But I'll probably do it straight after. Right, what were you going to say, Bree?
Oh, it's page 148.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks. I just found it as you were about to tell me, but thank you very much, Bree.
Right, so last week it was a bit rocky because I had to. Well, I'm still derusting, but it should be a bit more entertaining this week. I don't know. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves, but I didn't know if I was boring everyone. So that's my. There we go. There's my anxiety kicking in. So yeah. So shall we recap what happened last week?
No naked women in my yard today, so my Monday is looking considerably better than last Monday.
That's good. That's always a good start to the week. No naked. Well,
I mean, if I invited them there, that's one thing. I am totally fine with women that I have invited being naked in my yard. That's... Get that buy flag in the chat there for me, please. But yeah, no uninvited naked women in my house. How's that?
Well, you had them in your no, not in your house, in your garden.
Yes, but nowhere on my property were there uninvited naked women. I will plead the fifth as to whether there were any invited ones.
Okay. Anyway, let's recap the game, not real life.
I'm tired, James. Give me a break. It's early.
That's all right. I'll give you a break.
So when can Chelle expect the Kit Kat? Not sponsored by Nestle.
What Kit Kat? Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. That took me a while to figure that one out. Anyway, so last week on the Helm of Fate, what happened?
Are you not doing the recap?
No, I never do the fucking recap. No, I don't do the recap.
You did last week.
Yeah, that's because we had like 2 billion years break between last week and the week before. Between episodes last week.
I remember that I got called to the court of a comtesse, which is definitively lower in rank than a marquis, because she needed someone to go on an adventure. And basically her husband's ship had been sunk under questionable circumstances, possibly involving the Inquisition, and he was a Castilian captain, admiral.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
just captain.
Military person.
Yeah,
But I mean, the Castile-Montagne War isn't that long ago, and for a Castilian captain and a Montaigne noble, that's some intrigue. And then his ship got sunk, and the Inquisition doesn't want us to look at it. So, I mean, I joined a ship crew. That was neat.
Siobhán lost her partner in crime, Quinn. We left him at port. Sad day for her, because now she has two, how she views it, very inexperienced, like thieves, grifters, adventurers, however you want to put it. She's looking at them like, oh my god. But also this could be really fun because at least one of them looks like he probably has money, which she escorted Marie to go visit the Comtesse, and is intrigued because she thinks there's a lot of shenanigans surrounding this story. She believes absolutely none of it.
yep.
And figures that it's probably a good way for her to leverage herself upward in the
Society.
ranks of society. Yeah, secrets are her sort of bread and butter. So
Okay.
For Marie, so we arrived back after rescuing Julie, and then a week later she asked us to help her out. With the help of Seamus, I was able to find a diving bell for the Lefabou, which is the ship, a brigantine built in Vastenyama. I'm probably butchering that name.
That
That one. It's, I believe, a combination of the Netherlands and Scandinavia.
It's pretty much a hodgepodge of all of them, but yeah.
Yeah. So we then sailed back to Puerto del Sol, which is the port that we rescued Julie from. And Marie is dressed as a normal captain and has some contraband in the form of illegal texts.
Yep.
And the last thing that we saw on the stream last week was Marie getting into contact with Juan Nopamento, a scholar at the local college in Puerto del Sol.
Our last game wrapped up with me totally dressing down the harbor master and then implying that he has no right to tell me I don't want to cheat Jenny.
All right.
I remember that. That was funny.
Yep. And then I think, Siobhán, you was slinking around trying not to be spotted.
Yeah, I was basically tailing them, keeping them out of trouble, seeing if they're actually going to be useful or if we leave them here when we leave.
Oh, great. All right. I guess Seamus is going to be Seamus. Sorry, not Seamus. There we go, pronouncing it wrong. I guess he's going to be in the background. Maybe his belly feels a bit rough. Coke doesn't count as a shot. Yeah, so I guess he's going to head back to the ship.
You
Feeling
know
a bit,
of the brandy in there.
feeling a bit rough. So yeah. So I think we left off. You just had the meeting, or you just approached the chap, didn't you? I forgot to download
Yes, I
those.
did.
I forgot to download those rules, the advanced ship rules. But I'll probably do it for this week. and then have a read of them next week. And I'll probably speak to you, Bree, about what you changed and stuff like that too, because you said they were a bit too crunchy.
Yeah, I mean they help you sort of define what the ship is a little bit more, and they give you a little bit more to like customize ships.
Yeah.
So that not every ship is basically exactly the same.
Yeah.
But they are a bit like play with minis, crunchy kind.
Oh, I don't want to play with minis.
I mean, not exactly, but I guess I'm being hyperbolic, but.
So yes, so we come back to the game as we zoom in on the college. That actually, I got completely wrong. They should be full of people because they are very, very well regarded colleges or universities. From reading the law in another book. Yes, science is trying. The Inquisition is trying to repress science, science and stuff, and they don't like it. But their current focus is elsewhere or something. So actually, the university is like, rather than being like a barren university with no one in it because people were too frightened to go, it will be it's actually a bustling like university full of students and people learning things and stuff like that. But yes, your contact is still someone within the college, whatever his name was again. I need to get my notepad and start
Juan.
writing shit.
We'll just call him Juan.
Juan. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes, so he discusses with you that he'll send some people by the ship later this evening. It's not best to do it during the day, just because they want to try and keep its contact with people to the minimum. But he'll send a wagon by later this evening, probably about 5 p.m. just as the harbour is closing down for the evening. People will be more tired. They'll be more prone for mistakes, and then he'll pay you the money he'll pay you the money to take the shipment off you. In fact, he probably pays you now, so you'll probably gain 2 wealth for it.
Yep, that's fine by me.
Don't
and
forget,
then 1 wealth will go to the crew.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, don't forget to put your hero points up to 1 as well.
We'll see.
When he shakes your hand, because I assume that would, you'd shake hands for like dealing a bit. He does do something weird when he shakes your hand, but you don't, like he tickles your lower. When he does it with his little finger, he sort of like tickles the underside of your palm.
I think nothing of it. I'll bow and I'll say, well, business is concluded. The ship is, as I mentioned, is the Puerto del Noches, which is the port of night in English. I will see you all men at 5 o'clock. And I will turn around and leave. And after I've walked out, I'm gonna look at the underside of my palm to see if anything's weird.
Nope, not at all.
Okay, I will return to the ship.
Okay, right. Jump to the what was? Did I name the inn? The Silver Fish, wasn't it, or something?
Yes.
Yep. So you go as you sort of enter the tavern or the inn or whatever it is. In fact, it's probably a tavern because it hasn't got like rooms for room aboard. As you sort of like open the door, some people come flying out and they're like punching each other and stuff like that, and they sort of like crash into like a store that a little like market store that's set up on the other side, sending like a bunch of cabbages flying, and you hear the guy go, "Not my cabbages!" That's a
Avatar flashbacks.
That is a reference to Avatar. And as you sort of like walk in, there's like people bottling each other. There's like a massive brawl going on. Tables are being flipped over.
I'm just gonna walk up to the bar.
Okay. The barkeep sort of like is sort of like cowering behind the bar, and he sort of like sees you approach and stands up and goes, "Oh, yeah, yes, sir."
Can I get a glass of wine or something?
Wine? Yes, of course.
I mean, beer, whatever it is that you drink here in Castilla, I don't know. You have like, dark wine or whatever.
Excuse me. Oh, we got a lovely bottle of red. Sorry, they all sound like Cockneys, I'm afraid. But imagine this is like a Spanish accent, but Cockney. And he pulls a very dusty bottle of wine off the thing, brushes it down a bit, corks it, puts the bottle in front of you, gets a pint glass out or a tankard out,
Yeah.
and pours a bit in. Did you want the bottle as well?
I mean, no, I think that one should be sufficient. I am just wanting to watch the action, and perhaps maybe if there are any people who would want to talk to someone like me.
He looks at the chaos going on behind you. Who are you looking for? Sorry?
Oh, no one in particular. This place just seems very interesting.
He looks at you, really puzzled. Okay. There's a table. He points over to the only table that's not been touched yet. He goes, you might want to sit over there. Stay, it's sort of out the corner, sort of out of the way of this brawl that's going on at the moment in the centre of the room. There's people like hanging off chandeliers and stuff like that.
Start by anyway.
Game of checkers.
It started with a game of checkers.
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting. Alain turns, leans his back against the bar, and just sips the wine, watching the scuffle.
Siobhán?
So Siobhán is going to slip inside, and seeing as it's fairly chaotic, she's going to start helping out the other serving girls that are there. So if she can find an apron, she's going to throw one on, and basically just ingratiate herself with some of the girls that are trying to either stay out of the way, fend off the men, and just slip right in.
Okay. Some of the girls do look at you a bit weirdly as you like put an apron on, and they haven't seen you working there before. But
I'll just flash them a smile and be like, I'm just helping out. It looks a little chaotic in here. I know how that can be, and
well, they're sort of
they're not my drink. I thought I'd help.
They're sort of standing to the side with their like serving plates. I guess what where you get and they put the drinks on it and stuff like that. Well, would they even use that? No, they're probably they're just probably holding a bunch of mugs in their hands. And there's a young boy.
They would.
I don't think this place would serve food. There's a young boy sort of running around collecting the glasses or the pots and putting them back, taking them to the bar. Any of them that aren't smashed. There's definitely like some sort. There's the floor in here is mainly sawdust as well. And mop up the blood, you see. And after like 10 minutes, the fight dies down. People sort of turn the tables back over and any chairs, and then it sort of calms down a bit. The fight outside is stopped by some guards. that sort of drag the people off to the to the jail for the time being to fucking sleep it off, because you obviously hear stop being a fucking drunken idiot, and and things sort of calm down a bit.
Do any of the girls look particularly like harried or like upset or anything like that?
No, this is all part of the fucking day. This is a common occurrence. They're used to like watching. They know exactly where they need to stand, not to be accidentally hit by one of the drunken brawling men.
So Siobhán would kind of look over them, see that they're all fairly chill about the whole thing, and just be like, so this happens fairly regularly?
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough bar, I'm afraid.
Lot of military types in here, or is this just the general population?
General population and sailors generally don't always mix.
I don't know how she would phrase it. Nope, I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
All right then.
Back to me.
All right, Alain.
Alain will take a seat now.
Okay.
And he's going to try and coax some of the folks that were fighting to come over and sit with him, because he wants to talk to people that know what it's like to be in a brawl like that.
Okay.
And I think the worst that ever would have happened to him in terms of fighting was when he would have gotten into a fist fight with like his rival at school or something.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong character. Okay. I'm going to ask you to give me an empathy roll.
Okay.
Obviously, the main threat is that you might accidentally insult one of these drunken idiots, and they might, because you're going to ask them how it feels to be like in a fight. They might. One of the consequences. So one phrase, you insult them, or accidentally insult them, and they start a fight with you. A second raise will give you the opportunity to befriend them. What else can I do? I need to think of some more, because it's just going to be a risk.
Yeah. I'm going to try and use my force of personality and just randomly talking to everyone that I can and being personable and friendly and offering them some of my, I guess it's wine, as close to wine as it could be.
It's pretty. It's not a bad wine. I'd imagine being Castille's probably got, pretty good winemaking. It's probably a pretty good winemaking country. So even their worst wines are probably considered good. Probably similar to Montaigne. Their worst wines are probably very good. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like you're drinking battery acid. What else can we think? What else can we think of? Because that's only 2 raises so far, and that's not that much. Do I need to add any more? What else could?
I'm looking to create opportunities. So if I have raises left over, I'm probably going to end up using them to create opportunities, like finding out information or something like that. That's a thing that I have ideas. So.
All right. So 1 raise. You need to spend 1 raise not to insult them and trigger a fight between them, basically beating you up. In fact, so spend a raise not to get them to beat you up. Spend another raise for them not to basically make bullshit up. You know that you know they're gonna just like say it's the other guy's fault. They're actually gonna tell you the truth of what actually started the fight off, and an opportunity to basically turn this random person from just a random bod on the street to someone who could potentially become a contact.
Oh. Sorry, this is the first time I've rolled in this game.
Okay. Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Alright.
So
What was
all
it?
of my dice count as one higher, so
Okay.
let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Any leftovers?
Nope.
Okay. Five raises.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got three things you have. Well, you got three raises that you need to spend on.
So I want to make sure. I definitely want to make sure that they don't get angry at me.
Okay.
It would be very convenient if they became our friends, especially considering sometimes we might need, say, new crew for our ship. And then the third thing was I was looking to create an opportunity where I could get some information from them in order to like have a few of them be sailors and maybe they've heard rumors about this shipwreck or something like that.
Yep.
And then I guess if I can use my last two raises, one of them to make that better, and then the other one to like somehow end up with another bottle of wine on my table so that I can give them drinks, that would be awesome.
Okay.
So is that kind of how stuff in this game goes? Like, I'm still really new to this particular system. So, like, for example, my approach to the serving girls, can I use a similar, like, technical... I don't know. Words are hard, you guys.
Yeah,
I don't know why I can't words, but...
In theory, James will give us, like, a number of raises we need, a minimum number of raises we need to meet in order to succeed at the thing. Maybe a consequence, so we need to spend raises in order to overcome that consequence. And then, generally speaking, the way the system plays with extra raises is it sort of just allows you to make things cooler or, like, make it a better thing.
Okay.
It makes a lot more difference in action sequences and dramatic sequences than on risks, because then you can actually like, create opportunities for other people to do things and stuff like that.
Now, is James the only one who can do that? Or, like, when I was making my approach to the serving girls, can I ask him for that to be a role? I'm not sure how that works.
I mean, I usually let my players say, can I roll for this because I want to try and get something out of it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's sort of a swashbuckling movie, right? So if you're just like, I'm going to chat up the serving girls for no purpose other than to blend in, it's sort of whatever.
Yeah.
It's not fun if you fail.
No, but you can choose to fail.
Yeah, that's true. If you choose to fail an important roll, you gain a hero point. And you can only do that once per session, I think, although I'd have to double check.
Oh, there we go, fixed it. Sorry, I was just fixing shit. So yeah, so if I don't think there's that much risk to it, I'm generally not going to ask you to roll. This is sort of like kind of a game that sort of like is driven by the narrative rather than like having to constantly do dice rolls. So if it's something quite, I think it's going to be quite easy, then I won't make you roll. But if it's something that, I want to perhaps give you an opportunity to get something out, I might ask you to roll. However, if you want to, like, say, I'd like to do this as a risk, please, because I'd like to try and get something out of it, then generally I need to come up with all the not disadvantages, the complications. But because I'm still new at the system, I need help, like coming up with complications and stuff like that. Much like what happened when so much like what Henley was doing when we started the game, when he was like helping me like do the things. So what I'm going to do is what I want people to do is help me, like, because I'm still learning the system as well. I mean, as I've said multiple times, I totally get the system on paper, but it's implementing this system in the actual real world. Eventually I'll get really good at it and I'll figure, I'll be able to do it, a majority of it by myself. But at the moment I'm still a bit shaky on it because and I'm still kind of a little intimidated by it, which is why sometimes I don't get people to roll things. And not everything should be rolled neither. But yeah, if you want to get something, like if you think it's appropriate and you want to get something out of it, I could ask you to, you could go to me, can I make this a risk, please? And then we'll as a group, we'll work out exactly what needs to be done. All right? Does that make any sense?
It does.
All right, cool. So yes. So sorry, what was your advantage? What advantages did you generate? Because don't you need to spend raises to? Don't you spend a raise to generate an advantage and then spend a raise to use the advantage? Use
action sequence in theory, yes. So I guess, like, honestly, the three things that you laid out, and then having them be people who have heard rumors. That's pretty much what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. So you start talking to this. He's a local. His name is a Spanish name. Esteban is his name.
Okay.
He's probably in his mid-20s. Hang on. Probably should just say it rather than fucking typing it. See you later. Be a lot easier. So yeah, so you start talking to this fella. The bottle of wine that you didn't want eventually appears at your it is brought over by one of the women who's working at the one of the waiters, and she is like she like winks at you and goes, "This is on the house, sir." And yeah, and this he sort of being a local, he's probably quite he's probably quite used to drinking the occasional bottle of wine. And I mean, unfortunately, they don't have like proper wine glasses, like goblets or whatever. That he just pours it into his tankard of beer or rum, probably beer. That he obviously finishes, and he pours like half the bottle into his pint glass, and just starts sipping the this drink. And he goes on about like the fight was started over a game of checkers. He wasn't the initiator, but when the fella was punched and he landed in his lap, he took great offence to it, and was very annoyed. So he threw the guy off him, and then the guy.
Not really.
Yeah, and then he tried clouting me, and then my friends got up and joined in, and then them two that were fighting over the game, accusing him of cheating and everything. I don't know how you cheat in a game of checkers, but yeah. Well, they're the ones who've been arrested outside, and here we are. I always like a good brawl.
That is so exciting. I went to university north of you in Castile, and I have never been in a fight like this.
Oh, you, a gentleman of your caliber, you don't want to be in a fight like this. This is very how do we say Yeah, it's a bit of a rough in this place. A bit of a rough tavern.
I mean, but how can one be an adventurer? Or perhaps set on an important ship or something like that if you aren't able to defend yourself?
Yeah, but this is pointless. This is a pointless fight.
I read many pointless books in my life. I wish I could get some of them back, but some of them were very enjoyable.
Oh, okay. Oh, a book. Oh, you can read then?
Yes, of course.
Oh. That's interesting.
So, I have a sailor friend who I believe used to visit here. He told me I could meet him here. He was a member of the Castilian Navy, but I haven't seen him since I arrived in port. We were old school buddies. I describe literally any random Castilian person and say that he was on the ship of Julie's husband.
Oh, it's going to be like, oh, you're in the wrong bar for that then, my friend.
What's that? He told me this was where he would meet me.
Oh, well, there's a navy. There's like an actual inn for the navy. It's sort of in their quarter. You know, they're part of town.
Has the ship docked yet, though?
What's the ship called?
Gosh, Bree doesn't remember.
We never gave a name for the ship.
Yep.
Ship of the Plot Device Part 2.
No, that's not the that's not it. Bollocks.
When we give it, I don't recall us getting a name off the ship. You just referred to it as the ship.
Actually,
it was called the Rave Runner, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
it
Wave
was.
Runner. Yes.
I wrote it down.
It's a Castilian ship of the line, I think. It is called the Wave Runner.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry about that, my friend, but that ship was lost a year ago. All hands lost.
Oh.
When did you last speak to your friend?
I mean, I have traveled from my home in Western Mountain, so it may have been close to a year ago.
Oh, my deepest sympathies there, son.
Do you have any ideas of what may have happened, or someone that I could ask?
You can read, can't you?
I can.
Yeah, you should go check the library. They keep old copies of papers. There might be something in there.
Oh, c'est excellent. Well, I'm in town for a little bit. If there's anything I can do to help you, or if you find any interesting people, say perhaps I have never had the pleasure of meeting a member of a certain guild, which we do not talk about in polite company in Mountain. They wear red. Generally, they are women. Occasionally, they are men.
Right. Yeah. You want to look for the prodded goat.
Prodded goat. Okay, this is a place I can look for. And that navy bar, you said it was up the way a bit. What is that one called?
I'm just sorry. I'm just seeing Cameron explode.
Yes.
Perfect, James. Perfect. I was so hoping you'd go for it, and I'm glad you did.
Fuck. I don't want to call it the Army and Navy.
Call it the Armada.
The captain's will.
Okay, excellent. Well, as I said, if you run into me, feel free to say hello. I am sailing on a ship. I'm not sure when we're leaving yet. I have passage back home, but we will see. Enjoy the wine. A bientôt. I'm gonna wander around and just pretend like I'm socializing, but in actuality, I know where I have to go.
All right, cool. Should we take our first break? I think we should. Right. So we will be back shortly with part 2. So don't touch that dial. Chat in chat. We're going to leave you with some music from. I know it's from what's it called? Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Yeah, that's the only. Well, I could play some Monkey Island music, but it is semi-appropriate, but it might not be completely appropriate. But anyway, we will be back shortly. Don't touch that dial. And yeah, if you like this video, please. Well, if you enjoyed this at all, please like the video and subscribe and leave a comment in the chat below. And we will speak to you in a bit.